Let's go to the New South Wales Shadow Police Minister, Paul Toole, who joins me from Sydney. Thanks for joining us, Paul. I want to first get your thoughts. I want to come to the laws and the bridge and the protests in a moment. But first up, this idea we're seeing so many politicians from the Prime Minister down applauding this peaceful protest. I want to know how a protest can be peaceful when it's being led by hate preachers, when it's showing the Ayatollah from Iran who funds terrorism, supports terrorism and wants the annihilation of Israel, and in fact attacked Israel last year. And also we have people there chanting death, death to the IDF. How do we view this as a peaceful protest?
Well, that's right, Chris, and I think that's very concerning when you actually have people that are chanting what they were saying. I think when you had a look at people, there were people that were there peacefully, but there were also people there that really were on the edge of actually causing major disruption. And I want to make it very clear, Chris, this wasn't just traffic interruptions that occurred. This was actually putting public safety at risk. It was putting our police at risk, and it was also creating huge congestion and productivity losses to the CBD. Now, people will say people have a right to protest, but when you're looking at structures like the Sydney Harbour Bridge, this is an arterial road. This is a main road network. And what we want to see is people using that for the purposes that it should be. People want to be able to use it for emergency access, to be able to get into the CBD, to get across to the airport. And let's not forget all the other roads, because of the protest as well, that were actually congested. We had the tunnel, we had Anzac Bridge, all being backed up with cars throughout the day as well. So it has caused a huge amount of disruption in the city.
There's no doubt about that. And the police today were expressing their concern. Have a look.
I need to weigh up public order, community safety with the public's right to protest, and no one should assume it's open season on the bridge.
If we had had a situation where people were getting frustrated, the mood of the crowd became a little bit more chaotic or hostile, we were in a bad position. We really were. And I had experts with me that work in public order. We had experts on the ground, and even they had said to me that they'd never experienced anything like this.
Yeah, the police there, Paul, of course, opposed the march. So did the government, but the court overruled them. Now, the judge, as I showed at the top of the program, said this was about the freedom of expression. Now, surely freedom of expression doesn't say that I demand the right to shut down the Sydney Harbour Bridge. They can have that protest in all manner of other locations.
Absolutely, Chris. And I mean, it's extraordinary to think that one person can actually make a decision at the very last minute to say that a protest like this can occur on the Sydney Harbour Bridge. And I certainly hope that it is not open season, because I wonder how many other groups out there now will be thinking about potentially running a protest on the Sydney Harbour Bridge. And let's not forget the resources that have actually been put into dealing with this protest. And it's by sheer luck that we actually haven't seen some serious or major industry or injury that's actually occurred on the bridge itself. When you look at these vast numbers, the police themselves have said that it was perilous. Our police have said that they didn't expect the numbers that were there. There was a Form 1 that was filled out indicating that they were going to have about 10,000 people. There was 90,000 people that turned up. And our police, we're talking 1,100 of them, were overwhelmed with this situation. They did a fantastic job. But at the end of the day, we're continually seeing these protests, continually seeing them from week after week. We've got weekends where they continue. And at the end of the day, Chris, I think it's got to be about time where they can't keep sucking off the taxpayer. It has to be a user pay system. If they're going to run these protests and they're going to continue to use resources here in the state of New South Wales, they need to pay for them. We pay for major events when we have policing at them, whether that's car events or the NRL. It's important that we can't allow these protests to continue to run and actually suck off the taxpayer.
Thanks for joining us, Paul. I can hear heads nodding around the country. Paul Toole, they're the New South Wales Shadow Police Minister. These people are running amok at the moment. Who runs the state? The government, the police, or is it a bunch of protesters?